Hey folks, welcome back to Can Chase Paranormal. I hope you're good, hope you've been keeping well, and I'm really looking forward to getting back down into Cannock, but it won't be for maybe a month or two because the ground and the rain and everything, it just made the place really impassable in places. There are paths and stuff that you can go on, but generally where I like to go is a little bit off the trail sort of thing. So yesterday I was just about to get my emails up and stuff, and this a bit of like a news item flashed up. I can't for the life of me remember where the article was from, but it was somebody had found an image that they said resembled a Bigfoot on on Google Earth. So what I'm going to do now is see if I can get it back up. I managed to find the location, which is no small feat. Even though they had the coordinates, I always have trouble putting the coordinates in to my Google Earth, and so in the end I had to just kind of do the best measure of zooming in, moving until the actual coordinates matched up. And for sure there is an image of something there, and I'm going to get it up now and we'll have a look to see what we think it could be. So I should have a pin in the map somewhere. Oh, there we go. Okay. So this is supposedly in western Colorado. I'm not really sure. Let's just actually zoom back out. So would that be, is that what's known as the Midwest? Or anyway, let's zoom back in. It looks a fairly mountainous, forested area, and you can see like the mountain ridges there. I'm not seeing any. Real. Is that a road there? Could. Looks like there's a lot of paths, but I'm not sure about if there's any roads or not. Let's just zoom in actually, see if that's a road. Let's get the old Google Walker there. And that doesn't look like a road, it looks like a trail of some kind. So yeah, there's some major trails there, but that's interesting. What's that? Okay, so there's no road. Anyway, let's see if we can find that. There we go. So it's, and zoom into it. So basically, this is what somebody discovered, and so yeah, I put a pin in it, and so as you get closer, you can actually see there is something there. Let me just straighten it up a little bit. So there's like it looks like a plateau of some kind, and then yeah, there is the figure, and there's something there as well. That's a bit odd, but so that is the figure, and the interesting thing I was looking at is that there is this like open area, and it looks like there is a trail of sorts that leads there. So at some point, perhaps people have camped here, or they've had an event of some kind. I'm not talking like a big event, just maybe a few campers. Maybe this is a popular spot for people to camp. Because I'm looking at that yellow area there, I'm not really sure what that signifies. Let's see if we can zoom in a bit more. Yeah, I mean, that definitely looks like a figure of some kind, and I'm trying to find it, see if there's anything that I can compare it with. I mean, I'm guessing if it was close to trees, then we wouldn't necessarily be seeing it at all. So It's going to reduce the size of my screen there. Let's see if I can get in a bit further with that. Yeah. So, okay, but it's interesting because we can actually have a look at the terrain as well. So that's the figure supposedly there, and if we just sort of pan around onto the mountain top, and this is not working too great, but okay, so that's so it's definitely up there on quite a high plateau, I would have assumed, and I think you can. So we've got an elevation of 2,270 meters. Then if we go up, so it's about a rise of about 600 meters to that plateau. So let's get back to the so I mean that is supposedly that's the figure close in. I'm gonna I mean, it's hard to say if there's what that is. There's like a grey thing in front of it. So that could, I don't know, it's either could be carrying something, or if this is a person, then they could be, that could be a bag. And I'm just wondering if there's any way of measuring. I mean, I'm not going to get an accurate measure, but there might be a way of measuring what this is. Let's have a look. I don't often use these tools. Line. Inches, feet. Okay. So this might not be completely accurate, but okay. So I mean that's really interesting. So, I mean we're looking at a view down the figure here. So if we're looking at a view down sort of from an elevated place, then the figure is going to appear maybe shorter than it probably is. So according to this, from foot to head, this figure is 8.2 foot in height. I mean that's bigger than most humans anyway. So it's 8.2 foot. So I'm thinking that maybe if this is like an elong, a sort of head down sort of view, then maybe if you was to add another foot to that, or maybe even 2 foot. So maybe this isn't a man. Now, is there any possibility it could be a bear? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to let me just get rid of that. Right. About 3 foot across. let's just okay, let's just try measuring that again. So it looks like it's walking. It's up. It looks like an upright figure. Yeah, 8.2 again. So so this is really really interesting, and let's put that over there. So I find this really interesting because even though I feel that this could be a person, and I've measured it in a very ramshackle way with the tools that Google have supplied. I can't see any trees that are really give us some perspective, but if you look at the trees around it, I mean, it's just so hard to tell how big this thing is. But like I said, I measured it at 8.2 foot, which, as you can see from the angle, might mean that it's actually bigger than it actually is. So it could be even taller than that. And obviously, it's in such a remote area that it's quite possible it is crossing from one place to another. I wonder if it looks any different if we look at it from a different angle. Yeah, whichever way I look at it, it does look like a bipedal figure of some kind. I mean, I'm gonna go with Bigfoot. Let's go with Bigfoot, because if those measurements are accurate and it's 8.2 foot in height from foot to the tip of the head, then that's pretty big anyway. And I don't think there's many people of that size wandering around in a wilderness in Colorado. And a few people said these places are quite remote anyway. I mean, you can see it from there, which is crazy, really. You can see the figure there. Let's see if I can get in a bit closer again. No. I mean, let's just measure. Let's see if we can measure that again. Let's go from 4. And it's weird, but I mean, obviously we can't see exactly the fine detail of what we're looking at, but it does kind of look very apish as well. So, okay, I'm getting pretty close now. So that is, I would say, well, that's coming up at 8.7, about 8.7 foot. So we're near enough 9 foot, maybe 10 foot even. So guys, I think that's pretty impressive, and I'm just wondering what your thoughts are on it. So I mean, you just got to look at the wilderness around here to imagine that there's going to be very few, if any, people about here. This is properly out in the wilderness, and you can just look at the elevations of some of these hills and 3,000 foot. Yeah, it's quite an impressive little find. I'm not sure how anyone would ever come across here unless they were just maybe looking for something else, a location or something, a camping location perhaps. But I'm really sort of impressed by that. Yeah, that's really, really cool. So yeah, let me know what you think about that. What are your thoughts? Could this possibly be a Bigfoot, or is this simply a case of a person walking? And by me measuring it and getting something where in a region of 8.5 to 8.8 foot, are my measurements realistic given the tools on Google Earth and given the angle, and given the blurriness of this? Or do you think there's another possible explanation for what this figure could be? Could it be a bear? Could it be a very, very tall person? Yeah, just let me know. Let me know what you think. And thank you for watching. And hopefully we'll come up with some answers. But, you know, Google Earth is amazing that you can actually zoom in on these places at all and have a look. Now, what I would love to see is somebody do the Google Street Walk, so that you can't take a car up there, clearly. Or maybe you could get a car up there. But I'd love to see somebody do the Google Street Walk right across this area, and then maybe we get that close encounter with a Bigfoot, that a very elusive close encounter. Hopefully not a terminal close encounter. Although I believe that Bigfoots in the US are generally quite elusive. Even though there's accounts of them chasing people, they never seem to go that extra stretch to catch a person and, you know, do something untoward to them. In the likes of I think Russia, Nepal, there seems to be like a different sort of not maybe type of Bigfoot, but like they seem to be a lot more aggressive. They have been said to attack people, to take people. You know, so maybe we're dealing with two different types of bipedal hominids, I think they're called. But yeah, let me know what you think of this video, and look forward to seeing your comments below if you like. I don't get too many comments on my videos, but yeah, it'd be nice to read what your thoughts are on this, and I will drop the coordinates into the description. I wrote them down, but like I said at the beginning, I'm terrible at following these things, and whenever I try to put them in on a search, something goes wrong. So it was a bit painstaking to find this actual area, but I did find this location, and it's very interesting. So till next time, take care, have a great day, great week.